This is Colic from the Bleeding Hollow into Conjurer's Realm, and I'm coming to you with a video about what made me a better healer. First off, we're going to hit up Twitch. It's a outside program that replaced the Curse program that automatically installs mods. You can search them as well. Just click on the Mods tab, click World of Warcraft. First thing you'll come to is the My Add-ons folder. To add more add-ons, all you have to do is click the Get More Add-ons. Click the categories and you can select from a wide range of buttons, from arenas, you got battlegrounds, you got user interfaces, you got professions. You've got so many different options at your fingertips, and this program helps you take advantage of it easier. You don't need to install them, you don't need to extract them. As soon as you download it, it's automatically installing itself. You don't need to go back in there and go through the hassle of extracting and transferring to the proper folder. Next, we're going to hit up Tell Me When. All you have to do to open Tell Me When is type /tmw and it brings up these boxes. All you got to do is right click it. It will bring up your options. Click group, set it up however you want it to where it only shows that specific window whenever you have a specific class. For this instance, I'm using the healing. First thing you're going to want to do is right click on an empty block. Go up to the top to the drop down menu and you have so many options. Spell cooldowns, item cooldowns, buffs, debuffs. With the spell in mind, you want to select power check if it's like a mana, a rage, something that uses some sort of power. For this, I'm going to be using a healing spell, so I'm going to do a power check. I'm going to use Swift Man to give you an example of what Tell Me When does. If you want to add an animation, go to the notification tab. I'm going to use animation on opacity increase since that's the way I have it set up. I want it to activate the border. I want it to glisten. I want it to catch my eye as soon as it comes off cooldown so I can utilize it when needed. As you can see here, as soon as it hits 0, it pops. It glistens. It gives me that visual cue to let me know that that spell is off cooldown. This can be any spell, any item. You can give it that visual pop, you can give it a sound, you can give it an emblem, you can give it the picture. You can actually get the picture to bounce up on your screen to let you know that that's available. Me personally, I like to have my shorter duration spells on the top row. Second row, I tend to keep my longer duration spells, 2-3 minute cooldowns, 1 minute cooldowns. To reserve the top row for your, a 5-second to 45-second cooldown. Another thing that I like to do is add buffs on left and right side of my character, ones that are for timed. Concordance of the Legion Fall for now, or clear casting. That way I have a visual cue of how much time is remaining. The next thing I'm going to go over is Voodoo and macros. Open up Voodoo. There's spells, buffs. You can change the color to class. You can also organize it and which shows up first. I prefer the tank to be first and the healer to be last. First thing I'm going to show you is Cenarion Ward. I made it to where it's a left click. As soon as I left click on it, the Cenarion Ward shows up as a little box. The actual picture of Cenarion Ward shows up. The next thing you're going to want to do is put the rest of your spells up. I'm going to put Iron Bark as a right click. I'm going to put Nature's Cure as a middle click. And I like to get rid of all the excess spells that I don't plan on utilizing the click method. You can also use key modifier. You can use a shift key, control shift, control alt, Alt Shift. You know, there's multiple different variations of key bindings that you can put together to make it to where essentially you could put every single spell in your spell book into Voodoo. Another important step you're going to want to do is set up your hot icons. You go to panels, go to hot icons, and in the hot order you select from the drop down menu which one you want in what position. You can put them in any position that you want. You can also get it to where it gives you advice on who to select for AoE, but I don't tend to use that. The most important thing that helped me be a better healer was mouse over macros. I swear by mouse over macros. I tell all my friends about mouse over macros. You can have anything as a macro. First thing you're going to want to do when creating a macro is type the name in of the spell that you're going to be making. Also select the picture. When you're done with that, click OK. In the text box, the first line you're going to want to put the pound symbol and then show tooltip in one word. On the next line you're going to put /cast, a bracket, the @ symbol, and mouse over right after that. Hit another bracket, space, and then the spell name exactly how it's spelled in your spell book. With my Druid's instance, Efflorescence is a good one. I click the middle mouse button and it brings it up where my cursor is. You can also have it programmed to where it casts it onto the ground wherever your mouse is. The only issue with having it cast at your mouse is the range. If where you are trying to cast it or where your mouse is out of range, it will cast it as far as it can get it, but you may not be able to get the cast where you want it. My last piece of advice is just to get out there. Find groups, join pugs. It's better if you join friends that actually know you and that know that you are going, through learning how to heal with mouse over macros or additional add-ons. If you can, find somebody in your guild or one of your good friends to help teach you, drag you through dungeons or drag you through easy raids. Get yourself out there and do anything that you can to get experience. Just want to say thanks for watching. Please like, follow, subscribe, and you can watch me stream on twitch.tv/KOLIGG.